Hey everybody, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life, and I'm so excited to be a sparkler again for SpiegelMom Scraps. So I'm going to show you a layout where I didn't get to use the new product because I didn't quite get it yet. It didn't quite come to me in time for me to get this layout up, but I'm going to show you what I use, but the alternatives to what I would have used had I gotten them in time is the beautiful new Purple Passion and the Pink Poison sequence mixes. Now, these ones came out in September, which is the month we're in, and they are beautiful. They have the fun little stars in them, and there's some leaves in some of them. The purple one has leaves in it, and it's just, there's hearts in the pink one. Oh, it's so much fun. So that's what I would use as my alternative to what I end up using. Now I'm going to create a back to school layout, and it is going to be a layout that took me days to create because, as you can see, I'm getting the alphabet all sorted out there. And if you've ever watched me and you see my little piercing tool right there, and I am totally going to pierce holes for all those letters over and over and over again, and I'm gonna stitch, you guys, the whole entire alphabet twice. And I love it. I absolutely love it. Now, my plan here is I knew I did not want to make every single letter be a sequence stitched within it. That would have been a little too much. It would overpower basically the rest of the layout, and the photo itself would get very lost in it. And then your eye doesn't really travel to the pretty sparkly areas. So instead, I just go ahead and pick two. Basically, there's one row, that's an exception, but I pick two letters on each row, one in a pink and one in a purple. And I make those ones sequence stitch them with the sequence, and the other ones I just use normal hand stitching, back stitching, and create my layout that way. Time consuming. I'm telling you, it probably took me a day to do one row. And my fingers hurt. I have a blister. But I enjoy stitching, and you are going to see lots and lots of stitching from me as a sparkler, because it's what I do. I love it. It's how I like to highlight sequins, and there's so many different ways that you can stitch and showcase sequins at the same time. So that is basically what you're going to be seeing from me this term as a sparkler. And I'm so excited to show you. So I am really keeping the whole process in here for you to the start with it and how I did it. I simply go ahead, pick one sequin, I stitch it, add the other one, and then every other, after a couple, I do one where I just do a normal stitch and then I add some more. So they're not all on top of each other. There's a little bit of a break. And there you have it. I left the part where my photo and the embellishment is all going to go, but I love it. I think it's just so cool and such a fun idea. And it was worth every minute it took me to do it. Now for my photo. So the photo is of Nora, and no, she's not in school. Obviously, she's only 2, but she turned 2 in March, and because she's not advanced, I would say, but she's a very well-behaved toddler. So she got to go to the next classroom up from where she's at, and it's called Infant and Toddler in her daycare, and it's called there's infant, and then there's toddler, and it's called IT2 and IT3. So she was in IT2, but got upgraded to infant and toddler classroom number 3, where they do a little bit more. So every time you move up a stage, you get to do a little bit more. So the songs become a little bit more interactive, and you get to do more motions with it, and the activities you do are a little bit more advanced, and it's so much fun. And she has loved every single minute of being able to do this and be in this classroom. And she has a really good friend that she's met there. And she comes home telling me all about her friend Isla and how much she loves Isla. She loves every second of it. And so it's something that I'm going to put in her school album. because I did the same thing with Jackson. I do a few layouts about their daycare and their, that part of it before they get into preschool. And then I do, their normal layouts for preschool. And then as they get into school, I'll do more. But this one is I just love it. She had her little backpack on and her little outfit is so cute. And I absolutely love those shorts that she has. They're like, oh, they're so pretty. They're lace, and I love them, and I want to remember them forever because I really would like them for my size so I could wear them. They're so pretty. And she had her baby doll that day, and she was ready to go to school. And when I say you get to go to school today, she is the best behaved in the morning. She does everything I ask her to. She eats her breakfast. She lets me comb her hair, brush her teeth, and she's so well behaved when she knows she gets to go to school. She only goes once a week, but she loves it. And that is what this whole layout is all about. And so the alphabet, I feel, works perfectly. She's singing that up a storm. She makes Sean and I sing it to her all the time, and it's adorable to listen to her. She as I think most kids do, kind of jumbles the MNOP part, and it's so cute. I love it. So what I'm going to do is, you can see I put the word say cheese there. I'm making that kind of the secondary title because she does that when I tell her, when I want to take a picture of her. I don't even have to say cheese. She just says cheese. It's really sweet. And then the Project Life card I use to do my journaling on it is the one, it is from a Paige Evans, and so are the florals that I'm adding. And it has the book theme to it, which again makes me say back to school, which I think is really fun. So I'm going to add that. And then I add a few florals so that there's a little bit of interest. I don't want to take away, because I did all that hard work. I don't want to take much away from it, but I need something so your eye does go to the photo. So I'm going to add a few layers. And I'm okay with this. I'm a little stuck though. I'm thinking it needs a little bit more. So what I end up doing is playing with the flowers again for a minute. I'm going to add one up by the H in the top right hand corner, just as a little bit of interest up there just for a minute, and it kind of blended into the H. I really like the way that looks. But then I decide to pull in my kit that I'm working with for How to Kill a Kit with Style this month, and I'm going to use this beautiful, it's a specialty paper, and this is from Dear Lizzie. I'm going to go ahead and use that as one border, and then I add another one that's just a pop of yellow, because there's now slowly starting to be pops of yellow that I didn't actually mean to have in there, but it's worked. It's in the flower, and it's in the little cup that's holding the pencils and the Project Life card. And so I'm going to just embrace that yellow and add another corner layer in yellow so that there's a nice pop, and it really helps your eye go to that photo. And you see the photo first, and then your eye travels to the rest of the layout and all of the beautiful shininess that is those sequins. Yes. So that, and then you don't do much more, right? Like I didn't want to take away from it. I'm going to do my journaling. I even thought about adding some splatters, and I took away from that. I didn't want to do any of that. The only other thing I really have to do is, because I wanted this layout to be perfectly in line when I did my stitching, there are some pencil marks that I checked off which letters I was going to stitch, and then there's the pencil marks for lining up the lines of where my stitching was going to go. So I do have to go back in and erase that, so that takes me a minute. And then I also just add a yellow photo corner at the bottom, and then the floral white pattern paper corner at the top, and it just has just that little tad extra interest just there. It's so subtle, and you don't really notice it because your eye is going all over the place, but yes. So this is my first project as a sparkler. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be back soon with another layout. Thanks everyone for watching. Bye!